I feel horrible. Super horrible. I did something that hurt somebody so bad, and I feel guilty about it. My name is Casey Berard, and although I've been teaching this stuff for over 20 years, I still do things that make me feel guilty. Yes, that is the bad news of this video, is that you will never release these feelings because they are, in fact, beautiful feisty soul, your friend. Feelings are your friends. They are lampposts, guideposts, things to direct us into directions of where we need to go. My name is Casey Berard, and I have a background in traditional Chinese medicine, Reiki, and yoga, and I use applied mindfulness and chakra therapy to help people get on their path and turn their feelings into friends. In this video, we're going to talk about the bad guilt. It's the stuff that really eats away at us. Gabor Mate's research on when the body says no definitely describes how guilt transforms into cellular memories and degeneration and all sorts of yucky stuff. So learning this stuff right now is a really empowering way to help your body heal and help transform the guilt into something more productive and helpful. So how do we take that? How do we take the guilt of having really hurt someone and transform it? This is not an easy task in terms of the fact that you have to really surrender down into your heart and hold yourself with oodles of self-compassion because you have done something that you did not intend to do. So we need to really look at ourselves and calm ourselves down and maybe even forgive ourselves so that we don't feel that humiliation which goes along with guilt, and that we can then come to the table with a want to change and a want to grow and a want to restore the relationship. Sometimes we can't actually restore the relationship. So let's talk about that one first. Sometimes the person has died. Sometimes the person already left your life. Sometimes it's not safe emotionally, physically, or spiritually to do the work with that person. It's really important. I teach assertive boundaries, that you discern whether or not you want to, and it is safe for you to do this work with the actual other person you've hurt. So please do discern that. Don't put yourself in danger emotionally, physically, or spiritually. It is not worth it. Have solid boundaries, and you can do this work on your own in the morphic field or the energetic field that connects us all together. And that is just as powerful as doing it in person. Okay, so you are ready to do this work. I'm using the example of hurting another person because I know that this is a really common example. I'm going to my heart to check in. That's why my eyes lose their focus and they go in to see how I'm really feeling. And now I do know from working with clients for so long that we hate this. That's actually most of the blood, sweat, and tears in my sessions is holding space for someone to sink into their body, sink into their heart, to really connect and feel that guilt. And the harder part is feeling the guilt because it hurts us, right? In our heart is our ability to love and be loved and have compassion and offer compassion. So in my heart and in my gut, I feel that an action of mine has hurt someone. And I most likely will ask them to a cup of tea, and I will sit and I will say, look, I know I've hurt you. I did these things. And I will be very specific. And I will say I would like to change them. I would like to restore this feeling of trust. So when lateness, for example, let's use that as a very specific example because it's easier to do this work when you get specific. So I sit down and I say, look, I know I've been late the last 3 times. And I can only imagine how much that's hurt you. I am really, really sorry. And I want to let you know that these are the strategies that I've put in place to not be late again for you. because that's how important you are to me. Because that's what it's about, right? It's about reconnecting with our own personal power, our actions, our ability to act. In our gut is where, that's why we need strong abdominal muscles, because it helps solidify that energy. So we say to the person, for example, I am going to leave 10 extra minutes because I know I'm always 5 minutes late. So this will give me some grace and some space if something comes up that I will not be late for you. I will put it in my calendar. I will look at my calendar the night before to make sure I'm doing stuff. Whatever you need to do to reassure yourself and the other person that you are restoring this circle. You are releasing the guilt and you are stepping back into your personal power. Because that's the biggest dilemma, is if we allow guilt to take over, and as a chakra therapist, I know that guilt just takes over our whole personal power center. We then don't actually have that fire and that strength in our gut to actually create the action that we want to create. So it's really important that we purge all this guilt. In fact, if you want a little nifty, feisty soul homework assignment, you could start writing down all the guilt that you feel so you can purge it from your third chakra, and you can bring it into our next videos as we work a little bit deeper into guilt. Try this exercise with guilt. Try it with a friend. Try it in journaling if you no longer have that friend and it's not safe to work with it, and let me know how it goes. If you like this strategy or you think it's kind of a new one for you, click like. You can subscribe actually to get the notice for the next videos that are coming up, or to look back and see what we've done in the past on this series of feelings as friends. Coming up in the next video, we're going to be looking at inspired guilt. What is that? And then again, I'll introduce to you a more strategic form of action that I've written down for you that will help you process guilt on many levels. I want to wish you cheers and blessings, beautiful feisty soul, on this path, and may you stop suffering and love your life.